Water is the best thing of all, and gold shines like flaming fire at night, more than all a great man's wealth. But if, my heart, you would speak of prizes won in the games, look no more for another bright star by day in the empty sky, more warming than the sun, nor shall we name any gathering greater than the Olympian. The glorious song of it is clothed by the wits of the wise. They sing aloud of Cronos' son when they come to the rich and happy hearth of Hieron, who sways the sceptre of law in Sicily's rich sheep pasture. He gathers the buds of all perfections, and his splendour shines in the festal music, like our own merry songs when we gather often around that table of friends. But take down from its peg the Dorian lute, if surely the beauty of Pisa, the beauty of Pherenikos, loaded our hearts with the sweetest of thoughts, when by Alpheus he raced past, giving his strength in the course, not waiting for the spur, and brought to triumph his master, the King of Syracuse, the soldier horseman. His fame is bright in the great assembly of men which Lydian Pelops founded. He with whom the mighty earth-shaker Poseidon fell in love, when Clotho lifted him out of the cleansing cauldron, with his shoulder of ivory, white and fine. There are many wonders, and it may be embroidered tales overpass the true account, and trick men's talk with their enrichment of lies. Beauty, who creates all sweet delights for men, brings honour at will, and makes the false seem true time and again. But the wisest witness of all are the days to come. Let a man speak good of the gods, and his blame shall be less. Son of Tantalus, in my tale of you I shall counter the poets before me. When your father called his companions to his most innocent banquet, and to Sipylos his home, making the gods his guests who had made him theirs, then the bright trident's god lost his heart for love of you, and seized you, and carried you on his golden mares to the high house of wide-worshipped Zeus, where later in time Ganymedes also came for the same service to Zeus. When you were no more seen, and men searched long, but brought you not home to your mother, then some envious neighbour told the tale in secret, that the water bubbled over the fire, and they sliced you into it, limb by limb, with a knife. Then at the second course of the feast, they portioned the meat of your body and ate. I cannot say, not I, that any blessed god has a gluttonous belly. I stand aside. Those who speak evil have troubles thick upon them. And if the watchers on Olympus ever showed honour to a mortal man, Tantalus was he. And yet his stomach could not hold such mighty fortune. He came to huge mischief, a mighty rock which the Father hung over him, and longing always to cast it from his head, he is exiled from delight. Without strength he lives, in eternal trouble, and has, with 3 torments, a 4th, because he stole and gave to his companions who drank with him the gods' nectar and ambrosia, with which they made him immortal. The man who thinks that he will do anything and God not see is wrong. Therefore the immortals thrust back his son among men, to whom death comes soon. And when he came to the sweet flower of his growth, and down covered his darkening chin, he lifted his thoughts to a bridal awaiting him, to have far-famed Hippodamia from her Pisatan father. He went down beside the grey sea in the darkness alone, and cried to the loud bellowing Lord of the Trident. And the god was with him, close beside his feet. And Pelops said, If the dear love you had of me, Poseidon, can turn, I pray, to good, keep fast now the brazen spear of Oenomaus, and on the swiftest chariots carry me to Elis, and bring me to victory. For he has slain 13 men that wooed her, and puts back the bridal day of his daughter. The danger is great, and calls not the coward. But of us who must die, why should a man sit in darkness and cherish to no end an old age without a name, letting go all lovely things? For me this ordeal waits, and you give me the issue I desire. So he spoke, and the prayer he made was not unanswered. The god glorified him, and gave him a chariot of gold, and winged horses that never tire. So he brought down the strength of Oenomaus, and the maiden to share his bed. She bore him princes, 6 sons, very eager in nobleness. And now by the ford of Alphaeus he is drenched in the glorious blood offerings, with a busy tomb beside that altar where strangers throng past number. The fame of the Olympiads in the games of Pelops overlooks the wide earth. There a man's strong prime endures its toils, and the victor all his remaining days breathes a delicious and serene air when he remembers the games. And yet these good things that come with each day as it comes are still the best of all for all men. I must crown the victor with the horsemen's tune in my Aeolian melody. I know well there is no friend of strangers among men alive greater than he, whether in knowledge of all good things or in power, for me to enrich in the splendid folds of song. God is your guardian, Hieron. He charges himself with this and watches over all your cares, and if he desert you not soon, I hope to find a sweeter path even, and to join with a swift chariot in giving you glory, when I come along the path that awakens speech to Kronos hill, standing in the sun. The muse is nursing for me a javelin marvellously valiant and strong. One man is great in this way, another in that, but at the peak of all are kings. Look no further than this. I pray you may walk exalted all these days of your life, and may I so long keep company with victors, a beacon light of song among the Hellenes everywhere.